Hey besties. So it's my dad's birthday today. His birthday's on Boxing Day. Pity him, day after Christmas. Mixed flavors. It's really weird. Anyway, let's go back on the beach and stuff, and I'm like sunburned. But I am going to tell stories because I'm bored and have nothing better to do, and I've been spamming I've actually been watching like all Ben of the Week's videos for like an hour. So, okay, well, I've got one funny story from when I was in preschool. It was really bad. So when I was in preschool, there were these two girls, they were twins, and they were like really kind of like really mean a little bit, you know? And anyway, I was there was like at my preschool there was like a big like this big kind of wooden boat thing, and I wanted to go play on it, and these two twin girls, they were like wearing the same blue dress, linking arms, they were like, no, you can't play here. So I was like, okay, and then we go like underneath the boat, and I'm still arguing with them. One of the girls approaches me, and I'm like, stay away from me. So I grab her arm, sink my teeth deep into her flesh, and bite her arm. And the worst bit was, she was my dad's boss's daughter. So, yeah, and then the next day I go back to preschool, and I'm banned from going near them because they're scared of me. Thank God I moved from that preschool and went to a better one. I actually didn't plan anything I was going to say. It was like, that's the best story though. Anyway, yeah, so more childhood stories. Oh yeah, one time, I have the biggest bruise in my leg. What the hell? One time, I had this mean teacher. If this teacher sees this video, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bestie, but I never liked you. She actually had me in kindergarten as well, which means she knows who she is. And I don't like her. Anyway, in grade 6, I went through the Harry Potter phase since like 2018, but in grade 6, I was back in it, like deep. I've been in it for years, but I got out of the Harry Potter phase like last year. But way back in 2020, I would wear my Harry Potter glasses to school. Anyway, I was in her math class, unfortunately, because like they were kind of preparing the grade 5 and 6s for high school by making us like go to different classes for math. I ended up being moved down because my mom complained to the school and was like, my daughter is not being in that class. Like, no. I'm really glad I was moved down. Best thing not best thing, but one of the best things that's happened at that school. Anyway, she was like talking to us, and there was this girl who put her jumper like on backwards, and she was laughing about it, and then the teacher was like, you should be in kindergarten. Then I take my Harry Potter glasses off and I put them back on, but I accidentally like put them upside down because I wasn't paying attention and I was half asleep. And then she looks at me like this. And then she starts yelling, you should be in kindergarten. I'm like, this was embarrassing. And then after math, we go back down to the classroom. This boy, let's call him John. John is like, I think she just overreacted. I don't think you belong in kindergarten. And I was like, I actually had a crush on John at the time. It was amazing. Anyway, I've got some more stories with that one. So another story, camp in grade 6. Oh god. We were at this camp in grade 6. It was actually pretty fun most of the time. We got to like hang out in the mud and get really dirty. We got to go like and do lots of fun things, and the food actually wasn't that bad. However, there were these 2 girls in my dorm. Let's call them Josie and Grace. So anyway, Josie and Grace, we all had which all chosen our beds and stuff, and we got at the camp like quite late. Anyway, we were all showering, and my close friends weren't in the same cabin as me, so I was hanging out with them because there were 2 girls who, let's call them Katie and Alexa, like the show. So Katie and Alexa, I was friends with them. I put them down to be in my cabin because I was quite close with Katie and Alexa. But like my close friends who I'm really close with, they were in another cabin in another area. Their cabin wasn't even the one next to mine. They were like there was like a huge walk to get to their cabin because we were at the cabin right near where they park, and they were like way over there. Anyway, so I was hanging out with them, and then I came back. Anyway, they were like they chose the showering plan without even asking me or like talking to me about it. So I come back and they're like, "Oh, you're showering lots," and I'm like, "Why?" Anyway, so Josie was showering before me. Like she was the one just before me. Anyway, I really wanted to shower because that time of the month has started and it was kind of an emergency. Anyway, I went up to the door and I like knocked on the door. I was like, "Hey, can you hurry up? Like, I really need to shower." And anyway, after Josie gets out the shower, I was just quickly gathering my stuff so I could go and shower when Miss, what should I call it? Let's call her Miss Jones, the mean teacher, by the way. Miss Jones approaches, comes up the cabin and goes, "Hey Ella, can I talk to you for a minute?" And I'm like, yeah, not knowing what is happening. And she's like, she looks at me and is like, "Did you try to pick the lock while Josie was in the shower?" And I'm like, "No." What? And she's like, "They said you did." And I'm like, "No, I didn't." And then Miss Jones looks at the girl in the cabin was like, "Did Ella try to pick the lock while Josie was in the shower?" And I was like, "What is happening?" And they all nodded. And I was like, "What the fuck? What do you mean?" And she starts screaming at me. Now, I've always suffered with intense anxiety, especially about getting in trouble. So this gave me, like, I literally could not. She screamed in my face, that woman. I was like, it was that moment where I literally wanted to jump off a cliff. I'm not kidding. I wanted to, like, drown myself in the toilet. She was screaming at me and was like, "Don't you lie to me." And I was like, "Stop screaming at me, woman." And then I was like, "Yeah, can I go shower?" I was trying really hard not to have a panic attack, even though I didn't know what panic attacks is. I didn't really even know what anxiety was. I've always been scared about getting in trouble. It's always been like this thing. And so this was like so bad. And then she was like, Yeah. Anyway, I was just on my period, so I was feeling especially worse. So like on a normal basis, if someone yelled at me, I would probably start having a panic attack. Unless it was my parents. If my parents yelled at me, I wouldn't really care because probably done something to deserve it. But like if someone else had yelled at me, I can't. But anyway, so I go in trying not really hard not to cry. I'm like, take a deep breath, breathe in, breathe out. Anyway, I'm gathering up myself in the room silent. I'm like, why is it so silent? Biting my lip, and I'm like, everything's fine. And then I just start sobbing, and I'm like, why the fuck would you guys say that? What do you mean? I didn't try to pick the fucking lock. And how would Josie know that I tried to pick the lock? She was in the shower. I didn't do it, so I was like, what do you mean? I was very confused. And she was like, and then I go into the shower and I'm like really stressed out. Anyway, I just keep crying. Anyway, I couldn't stop crying. And Miss Jones's daughter, let's call her Luna. Yeah. Luna looks at me and she's sitting across the table, and I was like hiding my head and stuff, and I was feeling like shit. Like, you have no idea. Anyway, Luna's like, hey, Ellie, you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. And she's like, you sure? And I'm like, yeah. And then she goes over to her mother. It's like, Ella's crying, and I'm like, fuck. And then Miss Ray calls me over and starts to talk really loudly about how I shouldn't have lied and lying is bad. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I don't even know why they thought I would pick the lock. Like, I may have been weird in primary school, but like, not that weird. Well, I wanted to get in the shower. Doesn't mean I'm about to pick the lock and be like, yeah, let me just like hop in the shower with you. Ew. I was 11 years old and I was like, and I was trying to tell her that I was on my period. So I wasn't feeling good. And she was like talking really loud, and there was a table of boys right near me. And I was like, you're not even listening to me. She was not listening to me at all. And I was like, I was actually the most stressed. I get really stressed, but it's one of the times I've been so stressed about it. That teacher was like, look, I can't believe. I know most teachers, if like they actually if a lot of other teachers had been called, like Mr. Henderson for an example. I'm like, yeah. Anyway, let's just call him Mr. Henderson. If he came, then it would have been better. Because he wouldn't have yelled at me. He would have like put on that like stern teacher voice and like, did you pick the lock? And just be really stern with me. But he wouldn't have full on like screamed in my face. Not even giving a damn about my feelings. Like, even if someone thought that I did that, they shouldn't yell in your face unless you like did something like really, really horrible. And first of all, I didn't do that. She wasn't listening to me. She didn't care how I felt. She continued to embarrass me. No, but I've got a few other funny stories. At camp, there was this boy in the cabin next to us. Like 4 cabins aligned, so there was a cabin like right next to us on the far left, which was right next to us, full of girls. So it was us on the other side of the bus. So it's a cabin full of boys. And on the other side of them, another cabin full of boys. So, this one boy from the cabin right next to us comes out. I'm hanging up my clothes, which is soaking wet, and I've got like all my underwear and stuff hung up, and all my like shirts and whatever. And this dude, he comes out in his underwear. I'm not kidding. Like, he's full on in his underwear, walking around. And I'm the, like, there were a bunch of other girls out there. And I'm like, Bestie, what are you doing? It's like having a strip contest. And then one of the teachers came over and was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And so we were in our pajamas and we were playing Spotlight. And I brought some really crap pajamas. I realize that now. The pants? Huh? Yeah, we'll in a sec. I'm with Amber though. Anyway, I'm playing Spotlight. I was running. Anyway, I was running around and stuff. But when we get back, my friend, Katie. Yeah, Katie. She's like, "Ella, you do know that your pants were like flipping up and everyone could see your underwear?" And I was like, anyway, that's all for today. I'm gonna continue watching Ben of the Week. Possibly Jordan Cunningham, or maybe the Rumi official, but I prefer Ben of the Week because, yeah. Alright, see ya.